Hello, and welcome to another video. Bring the mouse over here. Don't need to use the mouse, but cool little aquarium here. It's called Aquarium. So, where were we at with this? So I just realized that the required. It would be kind of nice to say what the resolution was in this. So, welcome to the video. I am working on a little editor for the amazing Spider-Man, like the old DOS game, also on some other platforms, and files could potentially cross over. Hard to know. Um, but yeah, an editor for that. So it's in early days, but it can read the room file, and you can use a command line tool to edit the level contents like the tiles and stuff, but you can't really edit the logic too much. That's still I'm in the process of like decompiling, I guess, not quite the right word, of like working out kind of what the disassembled code meant and applying it into my C and then going from there. But yeah, I just wanted nice to have as we should probably make the font maybe a little bigger, and I'll do this. Uh, the CD, and maybe we will tell the user what they have. Date screen dimensions .y, and I think this is like regurgitating too much. Um, yes, and yes, and now find that, and then do something like that, and maybe do something like that. Cool. So uh, that will just tell us. Nice to know. Oh, right. So I hope that this won't kind of tell me. We had a sig fault. It does tell me the line number there. So let's come here, go to that line number. We get tickles in my brain. Sig fault. So if we go here, yeah. So the problem is that we were in alternate mode, so like it kind of crapped out at a unforeseen time. Right. So anyway, 214. Oh, but like it's what it was. So if we like undo all those and then go to 214, I guess like the so it does say it's in get screen dimensions. But yeah, it's getting a sector. I think this is something that I can't really work out and debug, but we can reset, work out what's happening, and then do a make. Is that not what we were doing? Make and dot out editor. Yeah, cool. So that's what it was. So we've got the right something like that, and it reckons it doesn't have enough height. I think that lies, right? So if we do, the font is quite large. Uh, if we did something like A out, display and room one, and scroll up, how do we get out of, well, can just go into the editor and then quit. And quit, and is that, have I like, oh, yeah, so I just need to be at a smaller font. Crazy. Uh, right, so if I go a dot out and display one, and now can I scroll up? No, I've like broken my Tmux. Maybe if we just do this and do that, and then come into source, personal and Spidey editor, and make an a out editor, do something like that. And if you are full screen, my bud, you have enough, but that is not. But what I'm wondering is at this point here, if we go display one, have I like broken thing? Right, so when you control C, that's something we can fix. So nice to have. But yeah, if I do this, right, so I can't fit that whole thing in my tile. I have to be a couple of font size smaller. So this is kind of the font size I might work at. Though these, they do have spaces, so I might be able to join them up. But what I am wondering is not there. It doesn't like it kind of when you transition sometimes. So that's too small. So I guess that is what it will be. And this can just kind of come over here and just kind of be like that. Cool. Right, back to the code. So yeah, the map is kind of big. But what I want to do is kind of draw the map. So I kind of got it loaded from memory. So we should have it like rooms, maybe. Yeah. And that should have rooms. And maybe we'll just say we're on level one. How do we want to say this? Yeah, maybe we'll just do stake level, which will probably default to zero, zero initialized when you do the calc and setup. But we can always kind of progress on or change that. But yeah, so when we get there, we should have some tiles, I guess. So we probably want to look over some things. And because we're printing the tiles kind of those ways, we kind of want things, the min space to be, I don't know, I'll draw this and then do some resizing and try and work out what the min space should really be. But I think it should be double the width, but the height is that. So maybe required. So we actually require 2 times the width because we're going to write it in hex and it's got 2 nibbles. So we should probably that there as well. But the height, we're only going to have 1 character high for the actual tile that is going on. And so I guess I can probably just steal this and go to where I was, which it was just down here. So I want to kind of loop over Y first for good reason. Because you can kind of go row by row and then just print across. So then I want Y to be less than height tiles, I guess, and then Y plus. So I guess here I want to perhaps do an assert that screen dimensions dot y that we have that is less than or equal to height tiles. I think that's a good assumption because we're doing this check up here, but like this check might change and do other things or something like that. And it's good to have kind of an assertion at the point that we're kind of doing this and we can do some checks elsewhere. Cool. So we do this and then we probably we kind of do have to do a loop over the x's because not we can't really just print the whole thing as 1. So we would go y is less than equal to x is less than equal to width. We don't want the 2 times here because we're going to print the 2 things ourselves. So in each thing, we want to go to XY, I guess. And I wonder if that will complain. We'll see if it kind of lets us do that. We can get rid of that. Yeah, so it doesn't really like that, but what if I just do int here instead? Right, so I haven't got a label, that's all right. So ignoring that, we kind of now want to get the room tile. That thing is throughout the Christmas tree and it got my finger. Not bad, just like it got a cut on the knuckle part, so I've got a plaster on the knuckle so it doesn't really move as well. I can still play the piano though, so that is all that really matters in life. Right, so what do we want to print in this? We kind of want to get the thing. Maybe in here we can go to room.h, I guess it is now, and see what this thing gets. We want tiles, so this is kind of what we're looking at. And the tile is just a uint 8. So I guess we can just print this as 0 padded to X. Maybe a capital X. Yeah, I think a capital would be the most sense here. And yeah, I think we have to do it like this. And as an argument that we would give that, and then we would have to give it a x and y. So here would have y times width tiles. So we have scanned across y times. So we go down that, and then on the current row that we have scanned to, we offset by x, and this number should be less than width times height, because we are looping over things going to width times height, and you will never get to the point where both are equal to the max, so it will just never happen. So that's the one we want. So we just printf that, and this didn't actually be a thing. And I think this will potentially be it, but we do need a level game state. So I guess this size t level it doesn't really need to be a size t. It can be a uint what we have 63, so I mean it could be a uint 80 if we want to be conservative. Got to worry about that memory, but I might just call it in, just because I see up here we're using ints for our v2s, though it's not really related to that. It's related to an index of a thing, and I think size 2 is potentially the better thing there. Right, so we don't have anything called tiled. So I think we have data files. Is that yes, that's what we can do. And I think now, if I go full screen here, it's already reloaded the code. I think if we go full screen, it should show me the map of level 0. Hey, look at that. We get a sequel. Right, so we had a segfault on a random address, so we're trying to call something in a screen dimensions. Cool. So there's like some contention there, maybe. And this is in loop main at 290. We call uSleep. So right, so we get signaled, I think, in uSleep by a sequence, and then we should go there. So I think, right, so 223 and 290, what I really care about there. We'll go to 290, so that's where we just do that, and 233 was the other one. Is that what I was looking at? Hey, we can't see it, but not that one. Yeah. Oh, I just don't know. I think it is in the cases where we have reloaded something and done that. Right, so it's printing some things. I'm quite happy with that. But it's also printing too much. And I wonder if we get rid of the zeros, because the zeros don't really make sense. So tiles, this tiles. So I think we should only do this if state maybe the tile should be event 8t tile, and this is going to be this whole thing here. So yank, actually delete, no, change to that. Or do we have change to that, yeah, and change it to tile and paste that all in there. And if tile not equal to 0, 0, 0, we can do that. And potentially we could call this like blank tile, but perhaps that is obvious enough. But I don't know. Perhaps that is a thing that could be done. So we could call this blank file. And then in room.h, we can just do a define blank file to be mate. I wanted to do that. Oh, I can still do that. I thought it had deleted it. And then also room.c in dump room. And I think in here we also do a similar check. So we could blank and then it'll be like, I wonder what it is. So that's how that there, but we'll do it a different way. Cool. So take me back to this one. Thanks. So now if we do this, get into it. So that's looking different. Right, so I think I want to go small, go zoom on this. Right, we have a bad assertion there. The assertion is that y is less than equal to that. So 205 go here. 205, that is not the assertion we want to make. We want to make that y is greater than equal to height of tiles. So we have enough space to print the tiles. And it should tell us that we can't, and then when we can, perfect. So we can go up a few pages. So I did that again there, but 219, I think. I mean, there's like a it shouldn't be the case here. I don't know. So we check that screen dimensions y if it is less than height tiles. So if we don't have enough y space to display, then we will do this and do that. And then here we are asserting that y is greater than or equal to height tiles. So I think fix contention. There's something happening here where y is change. Yeah, so it must be y changes in between this and this, but we're not doing threading. at all. We do have this signal which will fire, but then that won't really call that. It'll do it then, but then it won't be until we run the redraw that this thing is happening. So this is kind of bizarre. Like, why is it checked above but this search fails? When resizing, I should note that is when it resizes. Yeah, and we do some weird things. That was definitely writing to just not quite a null pointer. But yeah, this is showing somewhat of the map. But the thing is, we're only seeing the first character of the map, each tile, not both the characters. Is that from mine? But if we quit, cool, it's kind of reset back to that, and can't remember what crashed before. That says memory leaks. Just memory leaks. We could probably fix that. It's in redraw. Right, so that happens, or that actually happens. Fair enough. Free message. It's not a static one. We shove it on the heap at this point here. So yeah, so we want to make sure that we go to 2 times x. And now we are maybe printing something. I kind of want to fix that as well. Right, so when we have a signal, I want another signal for sigint, and I want you to go to end. Is it end? Where did I go? Right, and end will restore everything. Yeah, I think that is what I want to do, and it does do the exit, so it does kind of what the user intends. So if we do quit, it will kind of get us back to the state we were in before. If we go Control C, it will do the same. Cool, so we should theoretically be able to see this at some point. So yeah, just a touch more here, but I think that is too much because it surely is. So when we do this, go to 2 times x. I might want to make it 3 times x just to see what happens. And it kind of gives you a space to go up. And so that is kind of what it is. But that kind of means that our x can be shoved in by n. So the minimum is far from the actual minimum. So This check here is not doing what I think it should be doing. Um, so, are there like some tiles missing? I think I want to start on level 1. So maybe in setup, we can do state level equals 1. We start on level 1 in this world. So that is not level 1. And it's got me kind of in the middle. I think I now that we are like, if we get level 2, do we get a different? That's kind of level 2. So I wonder why level 1 wasn't kind of showing. Right, so level 1. Right, so I think I just have stuff missing off the side of my thing. So we just needed one more, and I think I've gone 2 more with this. That's all right. Cool. So it's got a bit of flickering. So the flickering can potentially be solved by not doing that, by maybe doing that. Yeah, and like just sleeping just a tad more. So that's sleeping for like a millisecond more. Um, and this sleeping business will probably change at some point. So we'll might have to do some sleeping. Like that is still flickering like a little. So maybe we'll sleep a touch more. So the flickering is because every time we go through this loop, we are actually clearing the entire screen and then redrawing everything. And it's so we can kind of clear up where our little guy is. So old Spidey should be somewhere here. Um, so I guess if each of the tiles are uh, 2 characters, then that means kind of old Spidey should be as well. And so I think let's change the default for where Spidey kind of starts. And I think I kind of want to make maybe if we required, maybe if we don't do that return, we can kind of see if it is being accurate. Yeah, so there's like some issues with resizing after a hot reload, I think. That's because I started it in a funny place. Um, I think I want to capture like, is it Singapore? Maybe so I can kind of keep this guy in a safe place because he causes asserts. So I think I can actually be up one more. So this perhaps should have -1 of both of them. But maybe this one has -1 in a bracket, and this one. Actually, no. The -1 is because of the coordinate system. Now, am I being correct in this? I guess maybe let's put the zeros back. Uh, yeah, so there are no zeros underneath. When you print more stuff, refresh is going to be rougher. That killed stuff. Right, there's like things happening, but we'll just make sure that it happens not on my watch. So we should be able to go, yeah, cool. So it will tell us required screen dimensions there when it'll wrap around, and there when, and it's kind of funny. Still manages to do that, but yeah, I think we have got the screen dimensions good. The flickering, I'm going to be bold and make this like 5 milliseconds. So every draw, maybe we need to do this like 10 milliseconds, and it is still kind of responsive. It is flickered. So there's like a couple ways to do these like kind of game loops, and the issue with how is that like doing the right thing? Oh yeah, I'm just doing like a weird recompile step there. So in these event loops, I guess you could say, game loop, whatnot. You can sleep like I'm doing here, or you can just do a maybe a brief pause, but you can do just go hard and just keep on doing what the code is doing, and then every step you just kind of measure how long it has been since the last step, and then you can say, right, only apply this much physics. And so like you're dealing a lot more with floating point double numbers. But the problem with terminal games is it makes it really tricky for input. So I could on Linux use like the U-event libraries, which will let me know when like the key is down and whatnot, because the input only really comes as it comes, and it will seem a lot jerkier. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. I kind of want to see where Spidey kind of starts. I want to capture that signal that required. So where does Spidey start? And he's quite a thin boy, but he will also he takes up he's going to take up 2 tiles on the terminal because we display in hex. So there's what 1, 2, 3 before him, and then he's in the test room. 3 before him. So he would be not on this tile, which is weirdly a different number. I kind of want to see what's up with that. A dot out display 1. Yeah, it's meant to be a 68. So it's meant to look like that, 68, 68, 68. Kind of odd that it was not that one. Not that one. Tell me what I'm running. That one. Yeah, so the 66 I think is coming from somewhere. I thought that might show up. Um, I thought that might show up. Interesting. I want the flickering to stop. I mean, the other thing you can do. Well, I don't know. The thing is, like, we might be changing the tiles on the fly, and we want to update it on the fly. Right. So old Spidey, he is actually going to be 2 tiles tall, but we're going to go like 2 times. And so here we're going to actually going to say just 2 times that is less than that, just because of that. But we're also going to have like 1 tile above him, so maybe we'll assert that he's less than 2. He can crouch, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just have it like this for now. So maybe we will first go to y minus 1 and print that, and then do that. Where is he? Golly, he's quite close to the edge of the screen. And yeah, so we can't get all the way back. Is that because of our so we're moving left? Should turn off assertions. I mean, assertions are kind of alright. That's just going to fail. Right, so we need to fix our setup to give it some same dimensions. Right, so the x is going to be, there were 3 before it, so we'll say it is at 3, and the y is, we can say it starts at that point, and we'll see if that's the same. Is that correct? We set x to be 3 there. That's only if we like push buttons and whatnot. That's not us. That's not us. Yeah, so that's the only place we set it. So we went up 3. But we don't want up 3 there. I don't know why I was complaining before. Right, so if we're here, we can go back 2 tiles and wait, no, we wanted to go back 3 tiles. I believe was the case. We click wasn't correct. Right. So I think the uh, left was done here, and if it is less than zero, we get it set to zero. Um, so does that mean like all my calculations are off kilter? Ah, like why did it like loop through the roof? Hmm. Oh, that's because we are doing to two. All right, 219, 219. I'm being weird with my assertion. Well, that's because we're. I was thinking I had to draw it twice. Yeah, so here we can't draw it, and here it won't let us draw more. So I think that is correct. That we have that assertion. Well, no, I think we can just allow his head to go out for a little. How tall is he? He's like 3 pixels tall. Let's go stand next to um, um the just the helicopter launch pad helipad. That's what I mean. Ugh. Spin up all the discs. Right, so he is as tall as the helipad, and if we stand next to the helicopter, he's like a little taller than that. So he's actually 3 pixels tall. Yeah, so something like that. Hey, look at such a tall boy. Um, so it's like coming up in like weird places. Ah, of course. Um, so if we did this, you probably yeah, like it's come up there weirdly. So it is negative though. So I think we only really want to do this. Maybe do something like this. Then we do these old statements. And otherwise, we do the same for each, but here we just do one, and uh, here we also just do one, and then here we just do state player.y minus one, and actually just player.y equals. I don't want to make this bigger. It's hard to see the code. So if we do this, and I think get rid of these sets, like who really cares? We'll just do some checks around it. Something like that. Though I kind of want to maybe still do an assert over uh, that. Maybe I want to just have this. is my go-to adding numbers to me. It's not. I thought the ANSI codes were one based, so that's kind of why I've been going with that. Right, so if that's the case, we'll still do those kind of asserts that that we can still kind of print things where we want to print things. Easy. And here we, in this setup, we didn't actually want to put it at screen dimensions, and we wanted to put it at height tiles -2. Maybe not even -2. But please, I think just -2 on the dot. I still haven't worked out that 66 rather than yeah, what were they meant to be? Display 68. And I'm just seeing a weird 6 somewhere. Where might the 6 be coming from? And I think these tiles when I go left and right, I should now be doing order 2 and plus the order 2. What should be happening when we oh no, it was actually just doing it automatically. Undo what I was doing. Yeah, so I only go per tile, but I shouldn't be able to go there. And like, why is that there? I kind of want to do the uh, go to 2 and make it a 3, and make this big enough that we can kind of see things. Right, so that's got the 68, but not there, here. So it has the 68, and it has I think I want to add 1 to everything there. Yeah, so that's got a little space there, and we'll make that just to go to 2. Now it's just got the single 68, but we want to also do the same for old Spidey. Yeah, so I kind of want to do the, yeah, what I'm going to do is make the go to do the +1 for us. Yeah, because we do 0, 0 there. So I think I want to go to and +1, +1. So if we do 3 there, of course, it is showing that correctly. Perfect. And if we go to there, so where do we start in life? Spidey. I think we start in the right place. And we haven't got gravity or anything, and we can go through the floor. Perhaps we can stop him going through the floor. Well, not through the floor, but through the outer wall. Kind of give a bound to it. So down. So if he goes beyond height tiles, set it back to height tiles. So now if we go down, it's allowing it to go one more. So we might want to just set it to that. And that's the place it will lead us, but it will let us kind of go one more without us changing this. Well, actually, undo. If it is equal, we can just shove that there. And now we can't go past that. But we can still go through all the walls and stuff. We can still go past it on the X. So I guess what we could do is do a similar thing here, which, gosh, we can probably do some magic. And this is going to be with tiles. And we're going to bring equals there and -1 there, maybe with space. And so now we shouldn't be able to go past the edge. And we can currently go somewhat close to the top. We can't quite go all the way. So I think this we want to be at 0. So it does allow us to get up to that point. And I think we'll leave it at that in terms of boundings. So in the game, if you go out of bounds, it goes to a certain room. In fact, like, golly, that could be kind of a cool thing. Well, it's more like if we get out controlling him mode and then do that. Maybe doing that state machine is a bad idea. Right, so I kind of want to figure out what this segfault is all about, but it is what it is. Doesn't show up all the time. Right, it should complain at that point now. So require. This is not triggering that. Yeah. So if we try and go too much there, and that also shouldn't let us go up 1. So this is also wrong. I thought I was kind of right before. Perfect. And then we have our little Spiderman, and he'll be able to shoot webs and fly, because that's what he does. This helicopter kind of looks a little broken, like a bit lopsided, but I think that's how it is in the thing. I would trust this this one. Yeah, that's just what it looks like. Can we reset this and then start our editor, just so when we quit, it will always be in back to the same state. When it does the segfaults, it will just exit the terminal there, and when you start up again, it'll save the state that you started the application in. But yeah, cool. So we got the tiles there. That looks pretty cool, and need to work out that segfault. It's to do with the signaling. I wonder if I have to re-engage the signal. afterwards. Hard to know. Hard to know. Cool. I wonder if this assertion is correct now. So it's like in a kind of split second that it isn't. I mean, it's not asserting on that anymore. So and we can kind of go between them. It sometimes crashes. I don't know. Right, so we are doing some assertions down there, and I think that's probably all right. Now, this with tiles and height tiles, I reckon we can just use that now because we've already kind of checked things. Yeah, and then make sure that they are maybe both but that is maybe 2 times. Yeah, there is one there. So we can kind of make that assertion. And I'll kind of keep the assertion in there, even though it's doing the same check as there. I mean, in essence, it's just negating those two expressions. But we sigfold. Doesn't always sigfold. Just sometimes does. It's the problem with the hot reloading is doesn't always kind of make sense. Cool. So then kind of that, and I guess we don't care about this. Good to check out things like that. So we would kind of go up there and kind of go down there and go through there, and it'll be kind of cool if we went one more. It would kind of do the level transition for us. That'll be kind of cool. Yeah, still have absolutely nothing in the update. Yeah, so maybe if we go through, we can get the current. So the no, oh that yeah. So we kind of have an idea of the next room. So we would have a level, and then we would get the data, and then this would look like we look in here, room.h. It would look like this structure here, and if we are at the moment going X negative, we would get the room west, I guess. Um, and I guess we can just kind of set the, what have we done there? Go back to there. We can just set a level to be this. And probably also set. No, we should probably now set X to be with tiled -1. And down here we'll be doing, we can't do that. Here we want to do this, but set that to be that. And here we want to set east, but east, not est. So I think I want to just kind of check that. So if we go over, that moves into the lobby area, and if we go over again, it should be in the like lift, and if we go over again, it should be in the tank, and that looks right. And again, like into the sewer, yeah. So there will be a rat crawling around there. Interesting that this fire is not as different in some way. And there should be nothing to the edge there. And now we're like just in a void because we are in some level, I don't know. Cool. Maybe we should show the name of the level at the top. So if we do that, maybe the go to okay. Let's spawn it up because I want to be able to see it. Hot reload. Maybe we'll give it a tile just so it can do what it needs to do. So in the redraw, the Y we need to check that +1 there, and that can be done somewhere else. And the point of that is because later on there might be a state machine type option, and that too small flag might get set when the resize event happens rather than having to get checked over and over here, because at the moment it's having to do like multiplication, addition, then comparison, lots of dereferences, memory lookups and whatnot. And if it can just do it the numero uno once, that would be the best, and it could probably have that message then and there, but I don't know about that. Right, so because we are going to throw the name at the top, we should probably first start with adding just one Y, so shift it all down one. And because of that, Spidey should probably start kind of one down as well, so he moves down as well. And so at the top of all of this, we should probably say what the name of the level. And so I think I want to get the actual like room out, the compressed room. And so this can be state rooms.state level dot data, I believe. Right, so that would be that, and here we can probably save that lookup, especially like in the inner of like a busy loop. We can kind of save quite a few dereferences. Um, get that. And so because now we have the title, we can go to, we probably want to center it. So we can probably go, we know that we're going to be X, Y, yeah. So it's going to be at least this big. So do we like, we need that, yes. And up there that's doing that. Yeah, because we don't know it at that point, and that's where we're just doing there. Cool. So on the first line, so I'm gonna do that sort of thing. We're going to print F a thing. And the well, we kind of want to maybe center it. They're like it's actually like displayed at a weird point in the game. We can have a little look-see. Start up. I should probably start like a different window for the starting up things, but yeah, so it kind of displays it above the helicopter almost exactly. So I think instead of centering, maybe I'll try and keep to the game. So the helicopter is what? I'm not sure. I'm like not quite doing something right. So we'll hold off on that. Maybe we'll commit that terrible code. So it should have hot reloaded. Maybe that's why it lagged out a little bit. So when we go left, we want to just do it when it's actually over. So I should be able to get one more, buddy. Are we currently buildable? We're not currently buildable. So maybe if we get rid of that room, but now I won't know about that. What was the thing? Why does that not exist in room.hd compressed room? It's like it's I mean, I can't get it. So at this point here, we should probably build. Yeah, we build now. So we have hot reload and we can stand on that last tile. We can stand there and we should be able to get our head. Yeah, there'll be a title bar there. So we should be able to get our head up with body up and also not our feet. So it's not letting us get our feet, and I haven't put any logic into kind of move the levels yet. So at this point here, we want to not do whatever I did there. I want to go to the X is going to be wherever the helicopter was, I reckoned, and no, do a reset. Maybe I'll do that and then a reset and that at the start. Yeah, that did the one. So this is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we'll call it 14x. And maybe if we go to source personal Spidey editor and just do play down here, and we can kind of just start that and that, and then we can kind of hot reload as we go. Because I want the name to kind of appear here, maybe. I think if the helicopter blade was in line with the base of it, it wasn't. So the helicopter blade is one bag, which kind of matches up with the 69 there. All right, so we want it to be in line with that, so it should be 16. And so here we can probably just printf. It's going to be a string, and just that, and then it's probably just room.name, I think I called it. And if we do that, we didn't like that, did not like that. Get out of that, get into this. So the problem is, because it's gone into alternate mode, I can't scroll up in T mode. So I'm kind of, I know it did a memory no, but that's all I know. But I guess all I can do is just run it again. So it's always going to do a memory no. That's all right. We can kind of run it in maybe lower the font, and we can see where it might do. And maybe some more details. Apologies about the tiny font. It's just what it is. And we can maybe bump it up one more, and you can squint or zoom in. So it's Stack Overflow. So it's doing buffer overflow. It's reading a bunch of stuff in printf. So it's trying to do that printf. And the room is at this point here. All right. At offset 822 overflows that. Is this because it does? No, that's not what I wanted. I think it is because in this, let's not print it to start with, and make sure that we have the right resolution. Of course. So we need more down, maybe go down a font size, maybe one more down. So I'm exactly what it wants, but it is saying that isn't enough. So I wonder if I just need to say this. But we need +1 here. And then we'll know that we need one more line there. But now it's still failing. Is that because we put in those equals? So yeah, cool. That is that, and that looks like it's doing that. I kind of want to have the font just a little smaller, just so we can see what is what. Cool. And I don't know, down here that can just chill out. Cool. So when we were printing the name, that was when it didn't like things. So I kind of want to see what we do in room when we dump room. we do a thing and we do print the name, but the room is a like pointer. But yeah, we dereference the pointer and we get the data, and it's got a name. Interesting. The data should have a name, and it's theoretically null. We reset the name. Do we like ever like zero? Um, no, it's not really like zero initialized, but it is always so the problem is that it is printing more than it is meant to for some reason. Um, so here's seeing what it does. It does what I didn't want it to do. Um, it's overflowing out that custom stack. Oh no, I actually wonder, like, what if we, instead of doing X here, we just do like maybe even a exit one. Um, we do a dump a room and we give a pointer to this room because it likes having pointers. Um, and we'll just say that it exists. We dump room and it takes a decompressed room pointer and it's struct decompressed room just because that's what it is. It doesn't actually take that, but does that now kind of do it in a different place? Yeah, so that's doing a dump room now. I just wanted to put in a nice little room title. Um, something like that, maybe even like one more. Gosh, there you go. Right, so if room doesn't have what we want, but seemingly has the tiles, what if we just print a single character, which is room name 0? Is it M or has it crashed? It's an M, alright. What if we print a string of 10 length? It hasn't crashed. Oh no, it's not a printed thing. It probably hasn't compiled because that's not a character and I've got pedantic and stuff on. Right, so it doesn't like that. How bizarre. Cool. Let's make that a thing. Um, did I not make a thing? Oh, I'm not pushing the right number. Right, so this should print out a bunch of things, and what we had a bunch of things. So we're probably going to need a small font. I'm apologizing. So we need a couple more. I did that a inefficient way. Right, so if I did something like this, this will be just showing midnight, not crashing at all. Printf be weird. For size t, I equals 0. I existence C railing. Yeah, we do get that root name and I plus. We can just print out the character and we can do that. Maybe if we do that first, then we can do that, and then maybe we need to delete maybe one more. Cool, and then it shows the old title at the top. Need to fix the old sig folding sometimes, but yeah, that's maybe another time. Try and work out things. But yeah, cool. So now that I can see kind of what rooms I'm in, maybe we can go to the foyer lift. Take one again, rat trap, under the soil, and now I can't recall what was here. Goes to Starry Night, right, and then that just loops around. So now it would be good to up and down, I guess, because if we go where we do up, if we do this and do a similar thing to when we do this, so we'll take that and try the up and replace it with that, except with instead of width, we'll change it to height, and instead of X, we'll change it to Y, and instead of west, we'll change it to north. That's just what I called them when I called them. And maybe I'll just change that here. And then here we are actually doing 0, and here it's actually south. So now we should be able to go up and down. I don't know what's up from Starry Night, so I'll go down. Spiderman rising. There's our moon. We can stand on top of him. So we can go underneath. Cool. And if we go down from here, it's like the take again, easy. And we're just sliding along the roof there. And that's the lift, easy. It's kind of funny like that. And so we can kind of just navigate around places. So, I mean, if we go back to the foyer and then do this and oh, I guess we can't. Yeah, we can't flick a switch to make this go to the right place. This is my little test room that I made. It's kind of interesting. My little test room, I thought had some stuff you can stand on here. We can figure this out. We can start it up, do a little play. That's done. A wee bit parched. And if we just look in our test room, right? So there isn't actually anything to start with, but there is stuff there. Interesting. Why is my hotkey not working? Mine. Cool. Cool. Well, I think that is a pretty cool place to uh, finish the video. So I finished getting all the tiles on, and it's kind of hot reloading ish. Need to figure out stuff, and maybe that flickering we can maybe make it like a bunch of sleeping because we are redrawing a lot of things, and it's so we can kind of show where Spidey was. Another way you could do it is keep the background the same, but then when you update one tile, you update that one tile, and you don't let Spidey interact with the tiles. And when Spidey moves, you just clear the spot that he was. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's enough said, and I think I'll leave it there for now. And thank you very much for watching. If you have watched this far, and I hope you'll enjoy what you've been seeing. And I'll see you next time. See ya.